It's pretty well known in the TDS community that the queuing system is not great. There's a reason why party queue channels in both the TDS Discord or in general other content creators Discords are so popular. So I decided to see how bad it really was and play 50 games in the Minigunner statue quad queue. Real quick, just to set a few ground rules, I would never vote for the map or the mode because I wanted to let, like, you know, the people I queued into with, like, kind of be this deciding factor. And also I can use whatever towers I want, whatever loadout, whatever, and throughout the challenge I kind of just picked random stuff. In this video I'm going to go over, you know, some of the interesting things from each individual game and then a bunch of overall stats from the final thing. Also, can I just say, I started this challenge 26 levels ago and I'm in the late 400s, so that's a lot of experience I got from doing this. First game was on Tropical Isles, and we queued for Fallen. By the way, just so you know, a lot of these were recorded before the Fallen rework happened, so yeah, it's old Fallen for most of this. Anyway, it was pretty normal Fallen. My only notes for this game was one, there was a wild Warden placement right here, and that the person who did that had only Warden and Soldier in their loadout, which, yeah. The combination of that with someone leaving led to us losing to the Fallen King with 10k health remaining. In game 2, we voted Moonbase, but then my entire team left. After that, though, one person actually did rejoin. Unfortunately, I had brought Ranger, and on Moonbase, it only has cliff space way in the back corner, and the map's very broken. On the last wave, though, the Rangers were still actually incredibly useful. However, with my one teammate not doing any micro, we weren't able to kill the Fallen King. In game 3, we had someone doing the Crook Paws mission, so we went on Space City, and it was just pretty easy Fallen. We won pretty easily. In game 4, my team wanted to do Space City again, but then everyone left for some reason. At this point, I made the rule where I just decided not to play out games where my entire team left, because, like, what's the point? I'm just going to count them as a loss and move on. In game 5, I saw the lowest level teammate so far at level 22. But that's about it. I mean, wave 30 was a bit of a problem, but someone left, but like otherwise, you know, it's just Fallen. We won. Game 6 was the first repeat map and also the first time not on Fallen, with it being Space City again and on Intermediate. I went into that with my spawn tower loadout because I thought it would be funny. It was still fine though, it's Intermediate, like whatever. And I'm never gonna lose to Intermediate in the future, right? On game 7, I didn't record until wave 21, but it was just falling on a U-turn, so it's really easy. Game 8 was Space City for the 3rd time. Someone put a DJ right beside my DJ, which, you know, isn't smart. This guy was literally just defending one of the two paths for some reason. 2 people left, and one guy was just auto-skipping the whole time, so yeah, that didn't go very well. It was Space City again, in game 9. Some guy in chat actually said, "I see I have the worst units out of us." Yes. And then someone left. I had to go AFK halfway through, and we just lost on the last wave, which, on Walton, that's kind of crazy, not gonna lie. Game 10 was on Toy Board, and it would decide if the first 10 games would go with a positive win rate or not, which is kind of crazy. Someone left on wave 12, unsurprisingly, and the giant boss on wave 22 could straight up just not move. This was crazy. We beat Fallen in 15 minutes, which was pretty fast. Game 11 was on Tropical Isles for the 2nd time. 2 people left, and it was a very close game. Both wave 15 and 21 were very close to dying, and 21 we actually did die. Yeah, I lost to Intermediate. Game 12 was also Intermediate. Someone in chat was trying to get Shotgunner, which kind of just shows the level of players I'm playing with. There's also someone who was complaining about the strongest battlegrounds beating TDS in the Innovation Awards or whatever they were called. I don't know. That it does kind of date this challenge though. You can see when this happened. It was a quick win. Games 13 and 14 were both Fallen on different maps. I had strong teams in both of them and we won pretty easily. Game 15 was on Gilded Path, where we had the Pyromancer and Freezer combo. I was AFK towards the end of it, but my team had no micro. Game 16, I queued with one of my friends, and it was pretty close on Crystal Cavern, but we did lose. Game 17 was in Molten, because someone wanted to, because they were coin grinding. Someone asked what was best for it, and I just said, I think Pizza Party, I don't know. He asked me for help, and naturally, I ignored him. It's Molten, it's easy. Level 18, there's a pretty high-leveled person here, and someone wanted to do Infernal Abyss, someone said no, and then they left. Game 19 was on Toy Board, someone doesn't load, someone left immediately. They did rejoin. At this point, I was wondering if they reworked Toy Board again, because it looked weird. I don't know, something looked off, I wasn't sure. Someone just said in chat, "Spawn Engineer" on wave 1. It's just like, okay, bro. On the last wave, bro was screaming for me to play Accelerator. Well, actually, Accelerator. But, I got one, so, like, there's that at least. Game 20 was the first time we actually did something difficult, in being Infernal Abyss. Actually, the funny part is, literally in between Game 19 and 20, I finished my Infernal Abyss video. And then, the first game I do in this challenge, back after I finish it, is beating Infernal Abyss, which is ridiculous. Either way though, overall it was a pretty easy round. I did bring Warden over DJ because, I don't know, they both have Masquerade skins and it's similar, I guess. The one guy who voted it actually only had Shotgunner, DJ, and Commander, which is a pretty wild loadout. Someone started tweaking in chat, I don't know what was that. He started laughing on wave 10, that was kind of crazy. Towards the end, someone really just popped a range flag instead of like one of the actual good flags. Either way, it was a pretty easy round with 4 people. Although, it's kind of crazy that they lowered the extra reward from 70 coins to 15. In game 21, someone in chat said, I'm on my ult right now, and my main is level 366. Wow! He started yapping about scout upgrades, I don't even know. Because we were on Molten, we just beat it in 13 minutes and whatever. Game 22 is Space City, except some guy just left. It's pretty funny though, because it just showed how Brawler was just completely broken at the time. Except on bosses though. When it's on bosses, it's pretty ass. Game 23 was on Crossroads on Fallen. I had high quality explosions turned off. I don't know about that one. I think around this time they nerfed Fallen because I only got 650 coins. Game 24 was on 4 Seasons on Intermediate. We just beat it. Don't know what to say. Someone left and we got 450 coins. So I think at this point they just nerfed a bunch of the coins. I don't know why. Game 25 is the halfway point. We have Wreck Battlefield. It was just Fallen, and the only interesting thing was that it said E to vote in the center of the map the entire time. Okay, I didn't know this, but actually while I was editing this, I listened to the audio. Why the hell does it sound like my game's in a microwave? Why did this happen? Like, what? Game 26 was Molten on Grass Isle because I had someone who was level 10. We just beat Molten mode quickly in 11 minutes. Game 27 was on Simplicity. There was just a ton of spawning units, I have to say. We had a bunch of military bases, merc bases. Some guy, I think, had spawn towers only. I was also using military base because why not? Game 28 was Fallen on Medieval Times. I forgot to start recording until wave 3, but whatever. We had 18 Rangers. Everyone had brought Ranger. And the person with DJ put it down on wave 35. Game 29 was Farmlands on Fallen. We beat it very fast in only 14 minutes, even faster than the previous fast run I'd had. Game 30 was on the Happy Home of Robloxia, a map I didn't know existed, if I'm honest. It was with some low-level players, so we played Molten, and yeah, 2 games ago, I may have flamed someone for putting the DJ on wave 35. Yeah, no, I forgot I had DJ equipped and placed it pretty late as well, but you know, it's fine. On game 31, I had a level 11 and a 12 player on my team on Sacred Mountain Fallen. The whole time, I barely paid very much attention. And I had a very bad loadout, so it just didn't go very well. In combination with us skipping into wave 40, we died. On game 32, we had a level 4, and everyone left, and I was playing full support with the level 4, but it was just Molten mode, so it was fine. Game 33 was on Wrecked Battlefield. The only note I have was some low-level players in my team, 25 and 13, which is probably why we played on normal for the first time. Game 34 was on normal again with a level 0, 3, and 25 teammate. Game 35, I got scammed by the spinny wheel before they fixed it.
Let's go gambling! Aw, dang it. Aw, dang.
Game 36, we played on Crossroads with one of the worst DJ placements I think I've ever seen. Game 37 was Space City on Fallen. Someone defended only the left side, but it's fine. It was a fast round. Game 38 was the first one after the Fallen rework, and we just beat Fallen after the rework on Crossroads. Wow. I switched loadouts on game 39 to an actual good one in case people wanted Hidden Wave. Spoiler, we never did it, but just in case. 2 people left, and then there was Purple Guy with Warden. And then Purple Guy left as well, so I ended it.
Game 40, everyone left immediately as well. And now we're in the final 10 games. I mean, so far we're not doing too bad, so I'm sure nothing terrible could happen in these final 10. I mean, in game 41, it was Crossroads, and holy f***, he's huge. On wave 17, they sold their minigunner to place a cryo, which was kind of strange. Towards the end of the game, the queso was standing straight in the middle of all the towers, and it was very hard to place anything. I had to like clip my camera inside of him. Look at this man, bro. He's trying to hide the fallen seraphs and get them to kill us. It was fine though. We still won somehow. Game 42 was Fallen on Forest Camp. Someone had that full support loadout plus ace pilot, which was wild. We auto skipped like the whole game and died on wave 25 because of that. Game 43 was Fallen on Crossroads. Someone had no towers equipped. Some guy wanted to do Hidden Wave, but it didn't work. I don't know how I feel about this. And we died to Seraphs because I was placing accelerators. Yeah, I don't know. Game 44 was on Abandoned City on Molten, and it was Molten. I mean, we had a level 0, and then someone said, hey, you want to do Hidden Wave? And I'm like, sure. Game 45 was Honey Valley on Fallen. 2 people left frame 1, and then the last person left at the end. Awesome. Game 46, I got recognized, but it wasn't from YouTube. It was just apparently I played a match with him, which I didn't notice him in any of like the 40 games that I played, but if you saw him, I don't know. The hiddens were a bit rough, and I had to sell my house to get a minigunner. And then we died to Fallens because we had no other teammates. On game 47, I got my first Phantom crate since they dropped, which was like a year ago now. And we played Fallen on chessboard. We almost died like several times, but you know, it's all good. I'm gonna directly quote what I wrote in my notes. Our flight detection is like 3 soldiers. No way, we died to flying enemies? Like, what? Game 48 was Winter Abyss. It was what they voted anyways. There was a level 2000 player, which is crazy. This guy, Sroblock, was very mad, and then they all left. So on game 49 we died because people left again. That takes us to the final game, game 50. I just lost 5 games in a row, most of the because people left. Though in game 50 I was really hoping that we were going to win,
And there's no way that queuing in quad is going to have lower than a 60% win rate, right? Like, that's just crazy. Okay, I'm not even gonna try and make this hype. We died to wave 10 hiddens. Let's just go into the stats now. Finally, I'm going to talk about the stats of the challenge. What did I actually learn from these 50 games? Well, starting with the record, I went 29 and 21 with a 58% win rate. The main thing that I noticed, however, was how often people left. 6 of the total games had all 3 teammates leaving, and in 29 games, there was at least 1 teammate who left. That means, out of the games people left in, we won 11, or 38% of those games. This means that 62% of wins were with a team of 4. 19 out of my 21 total losses had someone leave in them. It's more interesting when factoring modes though. In Old Fallen, people left 9 out of the 22 times, and I lost it 7 once it being in a duo. In New Fallen, I lost 9 times, and people left New Fallen 8 times. Out of the total 33 Fallen games between both New and Old, I lost 16 or 48%. Out of the 11 wins with less than all 4 teammates, 3 of them were in Fallen. Now for the win rates in all the modes, for Fallen overall, it's 52%. Intermediate is 80%, Molten is 86%, and Easy is 100%. It makes sense how this works, because the easier modes just have higher win rates. It's more interesting when you split Fallen up though, because Old Fallen had a 68% win rate, and New Fallen had an 18% win rate. I won it twice, which, yeah, that's... Apparently this mode is too hard for the quad queue people, I don't know. Now, is the quad queue really that bad? Not really. It's not necessarily the game's fault. Like, you can beat Fallen with, like, low-level towers. You don't lose games because you're getting paired with low-level players. You lose games because people leave, and it's not the game's fault for that. The only thing that they could really do is punish you for leaving, but then it's hard to figure out, like, a disconnect or whatever. So overall, the matchmaking system is fine. Just don't be that teammate who leaves on wave 1.